Hello everyone, this is LaCora Stephens with EUR Web, and we are here downtown Los Angeles at the Luxe Hotel for a pre-ESPY event. It's a great cause and it's called Champions for Choice in Education. We're going to check out some hot topics like LeBron, Athlete of the Year, amongst other things. You guys stay tuned and find out who's going to be on this red carpet.
And using our celebrity voices to say, hey, enough is enough. Our government does not choose what grocery store we go to or what church we go to. Why should our government choose what schools I go to? So I think for our children to be locked in an area based on their zip code is really unfair if in those areas those schools are underperforming.
Right now, half the kids of color in this country drop out of school. Every 26 seconds we lose a kid to the streets. And it's really important to make sure that we do all we can to give quality education options to these kids. That's why we're here. And I'm so pleased that Jalen and Lisa and Louis Gossett and others are really embroiled in this movement.
All of these athletes are looked up to by these young people. And so Champions for Choice is exactly what it is. So they can show by example these kids of where they can go. They really need it.
They do.
They really need it. Nobody's teaching them anything, and they're asking for attention. And this is the best attention they can get.
Like Jay-Z said, he's not a businessman, he's a businessman. And he's doing whatever it takes to maximize his off-the-court opportunities as well as his on-court opportunities, playing in front of his home fans that have built him up and done so much for him. Opportunity to play in front of them, get back to the economy. They named a ride after him at Cedar Point. I'm from the Midwest, so I'm happy he's coming back, and it's going to be a good jolt to the economy and to the fans.
The man makes a lot of money. He's a he's a good basketball player. And guess what? Do you?
Well, I feel like it's a Benedict Arnold move, and you may not agree, but that's how I feel. I feel like I was right when I called it that he wanted to go to Miami actually to, kind of win a ring. And he did that. He accomplished what he wanted to do twice, I believe, right? And, now he wants to go back and, raise his children and his family in his hometown. You can respect it. I respect it.
The Athlete of the Year?
Yes, for the
Wow.
It's a hard one, right?
You know something? I'm going to say Kevin Durant.
Why?
He was absolutely phenomenal this year. I mean, obviously he lost to a better team in the San Antonio Spurs, but the kind of year that Kevin Durant had, the way he carried himself, the way he conducted himself, the true professional that he was night in and night out, he was absolutely phenomenal. And if I gave it some more thought, obviously you give Mayweather serious consideration, along with a few others. You can't sneeze at any of them. But I watched Kevin Durant put on a show pretty much all season long. He was a model of consistency. He was absolutely sensational. And more importantly, I say this, he may make some mistakes sometimes, may appear a bit sensitive sometimes, but he's one of the best people that I know in professional sports. And if there's something to be said for being a great human being as well as a great athlete, it would be about him.
To be honest with you, Kevin Durant, because I think he really represents what I think young men should be. Love your mama,
Right.
play hard, and make that money, and it's okay to do all three.
All right.
I'm going to go with Money Mayweather Floyd because he's done his boxing his way. He's been able to not only brand himself, but also keep the money, which is something that a lot of our people have not really figured out how to do. We endorse everybody else's products, but we don't necessarily, invest in each other. So I'm really a huge fan of Mayweather, and not just for his boxing, but for his business savvy, whether it's him or his partners or whomever he works with. I'm really feeling the fact that he's able to, really change the game, no pun intended.
What are your thoughts on Kevin Love?
I would love to see him wind up with LeBron James, either with the Cavs or even Carmelo Anthony with the Knicks. Let's shake this thing up and make it more interesting.